All right, y'all, we're gonna try our best to just take this one time real quick, man. The draft is this Thursday, round one, gonna be this Thursday, April 25th. And you're starting to see a lot of different narratives get thrown out there, whether or not the New England Patriots are gonna be trading the third pick and allowing another team to jump up and get a quarterback, or whether a quarterback like J.J. McCarthy might go top 5. What's going on with Michael Penix Jr.? Is he gonna fall in the draft? And I think that with the New York Giants at the 6th position, it makes things extremely difficult for those of us that want to get our quarterback in this draft. It's going to be very hard. As long as we could get out of these first 2 rounds and have a quarterback and a potential wide receiver 1 on this roster, I'll be extremely happy about that. But, the way that things are kind of shaping out here, I don't know if that's going to be possible without potentially reaching, like some people will call it, for a quarterback at 6, whether it be J.J. McCarthy or Michael Penix. And if you've been paying attention to what I've been doing, especially over on the Bleacher Report side, I've been talking about how I'm much higher on Michael Penix Jr. than I am J.J. McCarthy. I just think that the ceiling for a guy like Michael Penix Jr. just seems to be a better option for the New York Giants right now. But everything that you're hearing across all NFL platforms is that Michael Penix Jr. is a late first-round pick, possibly a second-round pick. And I think that if you're going to go and pick a quarterback in the late first round, and you need a quarterback, and you don't have a pick late in the first round, well, you're going to have a tough decision to make. And I think that's where the New York Giants are going to be with it. It's either going to be a wide receiver 1 type of prospect at 6, a Malik Neighbors, a Rome Odunze. I doubt Marvin Harrison Jr. falls, but if he's there, obviously the New York Giants would have to pull the trigger on Marvin Harrison Jr. But we know the New York Giants need a quarterback. They need a weapon extremely bad. If the Giants could come out of the first 2 rounds with a quarterback and a wide receiver 1, that would be the perfect type of situation for the New York Giants to try to get back into the right direction of competing, and get this rebuild kind of jump-started, kind of what Joe Schoen thought he had done after the 2022 season was over. But there are some later-round prospects I would love to target in different rounds. 3rd round, Trey Benson, running back out of Florida State. If he's there, you absolutely got to pull the trigger. He's got what it takes to take runs the distance, take him to the house. He's got that speed. He ran a 4.38 at the combine, and he also can do everything between the tackles. The type of runner that I think one day could be a every down running back, but would be perfect, to just kind of be slowly implemented into what the New York Giants are doing with the running game after bringing in Devin Singletary from Houston. If that doesn't work out, I think you could target Kentucky's running back, Ray Davis, in the later rounds. He has all the skill set, I feel like, to be a top running back in this league. But the one knock on him right now is his age. He's coming out of the draft at the age of 24, and for a running back, that is pretty old. But like I said, if you can't land Trey Benson, you could probably get Ray Davis in like the 6th round. He's probably going to be a late round type of guy. I also like Tanner McLachlan out of Arizona, the tight end. Very nimble, kind of shows me some of the skill set of a guy like Mike Gesicki, possibly like a T.J. Hawkinson type of vibe, but also a good blocker in the run game. I think the Giants could bring him in as a project, mold him to be the guy who will ultimately replace Darren Waller, who's considering retirement right now. So I think that that's definitely a position of need. And last but not least, man, Cameron Kinchens. I think you definitely got to consider Cameron Kinchens, the safety out of Miami. We know Miami has been a factory that breeds safeties, from Ed Reed to Sean Taylor to Kenny Phillips, even with the New York Giants. I think Cameron Kinchens could be the next great safety out of Miami. There are some flaws on his tape, and his 40 time was not that great either. But when I look at the tape and I look at the intangibles, I think he has what it takes to be a player the Giants could bring in and mold into being that next starting safety and take that role of a guy like Xavier McKinney. We'll see how things go. A couple other guys on my radar at the cornerback position. We can't go into 2024 with Trey Hawkins III as our starting cornerback 2. Love TJ Tampa out of Iowa State. Lot of prospects in this draft. A ton of prospects from cornerback to wide receiver to quarterback. Few running backs here. This offensive line class is really good. Definitely a position I don't want to address in the first round. I've seen some people wanting to take Joe Alt at 6. I'm totally against that. I'm also totally against trying to draft J.J. McCarthy at 6 or trading up to get J.J. McCarthy. Would much rather see Drake May fall to 6 and we pull the trigger on Drake May, or find a way to bring in Michael Penix Jr. and pair him possibly with his collegiate teammate in Rome Odunze, or a dynamic wide receiver like Malik Neighbors. But if the Giants have to, if they got to pull the trigger at 6 and go out there and draft Michael Penix Jr. at 6 to ensure getting their quarterback, hey, you're not going to have no complaints from me. But I'll definitely be back after the draft, so make sure y'all pull up for that, man. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all know what it is, man. Keep raising that bar. Keep living those dreams. Peace.